Teleport.
We on that ice planet? Is this Hoth? Remember Hoth?
That's Disney Star Wars in a nutshell.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Just here. Every Jedi faces the dark
So,
side.
I'm gonna wait till the end of this stuff.
Still struggling with the dark side. Even after cutting yourself off from the Force.
Just join the dark side. It's cooler.
Definitely is cooler.
Test.
Like anyone who's like, oh,
Being on the light side is always like controlling your emotions, having no love,
God.
being protectors of peace. But like dark side, like you can just do anything you want. Just obsess over power or just kill people.
Dude, if you become the ultimate dark side, you can literally just create a fleet of 1,000 Star Destroyers.
Find out who I
You
am.
can just do that.
Yeah.
Think
Thank
about
you,
it.
thank you, J.J. Abrams.
Remember Star Destroyers?
Hey, remember these 1,000 Star Destroyers, but also conveniently they're controlled by a single thing. And if you destroy that one little thing,
Remember that?
you will win the battle against 1,000 Star Destroyers.
Alright, so I'm a big fan in general of like organization and stuff like that. And I appreciate when like companies, especially media companies, like, you know, have their crap together and they're not like, hey, when's this thing coming out? I don't know. You know. But I feel like Disney has gone like way overboard. Like, I don't know how people can still get excited when they like when Disney has like one of those like you know, meetings they have or like showcases and they're like, here's the next 8 Marvel movies coming out, and they have it like planned for like 6, 7, 8 years. Like, doesn't it just seem like corporate and lame at that point?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want like some media I love, you know, for them to be like, you know, here's the next 8 I don't know, Mario games. I don't super love Mario, but that, you know, that's an example.
Yeah,
you know,
Nintendo's the complete opposite. They're just like,
yeah,
here's a new game. We dropped the trailer 3 months before it
pretty
comes
much.
out.
But like you know, if they were like, here's the next 4 Fear Effect games over a timeline, and here's the exact date they're coming out.
Imagine if they did that to Fear Effect.
Yeah. But I'm
What
trying
a weird
because it's
example.
funny because all the stuff I like isn't really like Silent Hill, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Silent Hill's back, and here's the next 6 games, and here's the exact dates they're coming out for the next 8 years, right? That's so lame, right? Like I don't know, like there's something that's so corporate boardroom about that, and it's just like, and that's kind of how they did it with Star Wars, you know? They're just like,
Yeah.
in Star Wars and Marvel, they're like, here's the next 6 movies. It's like, oh god.
Now, I will say, so there's 2 halves to that. As corporate and lame as it is, the Marvel movies are well made, and there's
for sure.
there's clearly thought put into them. And whoever's running the scenes, I think his name's like Kevin Feige or something. He clearly has a vision and an idea of what to do. So it still sucks because it's Disney and Marvel, but I think in terms of how a cinematic universe could function, he probably does it the best of anyone by a mile.
Oh, not even close.
But like when other
DC,
when they do it, it's just pathetic. When Star Wars does it under Kathleen Kennedy, it's just like, oh god, it's constant damage control. They try one new idea and then they're like, oh god, bring back Luke. Mandalorian Worst Star Wars or season 2. You know about Luke? He shows up at the last 2 minutes. But yes, I still do agree. But in a world where corporations want to make billions in profit, it's probably the best way that it could have been handled.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's so cold to me.
Yeah.
It's not art at that point. You know, like, I still look at movies and games and stuff as like a form of art, as stupid as I'm sure that is. Like, it just seems like there's no passion. You know, there's no passion, there's no creativity to being like, oh, here's Avengers 6, and then after that's Captain Marvel, and then after that's Black Panther 2, and we have it all planned out for a million years, you know.
I'm just saying that they're making the best of a bad situation because Disney is going to find a way to try to milk as much money as possible anyway. So you might as well make some decent movies out of it, I guess is what my mindset is about it.
Yeah, I can see that. What's going to be the next live-action Disney movie of an animated one?
I don't know. After Mulan bombed horribly, they might stop.
I don't think they're going to do Snow White.
I hope they stop.
What? I hope they stop too, but they're not going to.
Yeah.
What about Peter Pan?
Oh, aren't they shooting Little Mermaid?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think
they've
that's
been
the
doing that
next
for
one.
a billion years, though. I forgot about that.
I mean, the world is...
Yeah, that makes sense. Whoop. Yeah, so Little Mermaid, that makes sense. So that hits all the ones in the 80s and 90s. At that point, they're like going back to old school Disney of like, no, they already did Jungle Book. I was gonna say Jungle Book. I think Jungle Book was the first one they did. Yo, I can't wait for the Aristocrats live action. You ready? Or Dumbo. But Dumbo has a lot of questionable things in it, so that would be a completely different movie. I like that rope physics. Dude, this reminds me in a weird way of the Ice Temple in Majora's Mask. You know? Because there's that, like, big... it's like a cylindrical place in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to break ice. It's just...
I guess, yeah, it's a little bit.
Agree with me, YouTube land.
It's a little bit like it.
Comment and let me know that I'm right all the time. Thank you.
It does have ice.
Remember that ice palace?
Okay, so what do I do now? Oh yeah, okay. I think I remember this. So I think I get rid of this, because I don't need it anymore. Okay. Do I bring this over here, or do I... Okay, no.
Gib.
Okay, I bring this back over here. Come on. Highlight it.
Highlight it? Clipping.
It looks like it's more to the left, but I kind of remember that's what I'm supposed to do. But hopefully it's right.
Physics.
Yeah, the physics in this game are bizarre. Yeah, this doesn't look right.
Ripperino.
Okay. So I have to... Oh, it stays on there. Okay. I didn't think it would work like that, actually. Okay, so I have to push that over there. Okay. I think I grab this. Then use it to
Jump over. Whee!
Okay. Now, I bring this over here, and I grab this.
Then you eat it right there.
Put it right there. And then I push it over. Okay. No! That is so lame, I have to do that again.
BB-8's yelling at you.
Wants to scan something. Give me those skill points I don't need.
Jedi devices.
Yes. This game is not janky at all. Alright, grab this again. I can't believe I just fell off the platform. That was so weird.
I only have one thing to say to that, and it's lol. I think I'm gonna read some Star Wars timeline stuff later today. On Wikipedia, the only
It's happened again.
the literal website that has more words than
Could I
anything
just
else
have gone up there. Oh well, whatever.
in the history of the world.
Yeah, I can imagine that Wikipedia. I mean, the problem is that all of it's not canon now, so it must feel dumb now. Okay, there we go.
People literally don't care.
I know.
I guarantee that every like big fan's like, I don't care if they say it's canon or not. Your butt's canon. At least that's what I would say. So I was watching the Castlevania anime over the last couple, I guess, weeks or whatever. It's really good. I like it.
Nice.
I'm almost done with season 2. Dracula's awesome in it because he's not like all-encompassing evil. He's almost kind of like a chiller Symphony of the Night Dracula, if that makes sense. Where he's just like...
Yeah, I think that's how Dracula should definitely be portrayed.
He's just essentially like, I want to be left alone. But then then the humans do something, and he's like, well, you done messed up, humans. And seeing the other vampires and stuff is pretty cool as well. So yeah, it's really good. And then I started reading Castlevania timeline stuff again, because I'm like, yo.
Those cracks underwater. It's
It is quite ridiculous.
Feel it. It's calling to me.
And then I was like, I'm going to play the new Castlevania game. And I was like, oh yeah.
It chooses you.
I guess that's the worst part about them having a dang anime now. It's they're just like, literally like,
Yeah, Konami's dumb. And I think it shows because I think they're still making like soccer games. I'm not sure. The Pro Evolution series. But unfortunately, Konami profits have been like quite up these days, despite Pachinko, because they do so much stuff that isn't video games.
whew.
So I think they're just officially done. It's just unfortunate that they retain all those IPs and they will never sell them probably.
I don't get it.
I think they just want to hold on to it because, I mean, you might get some money from an initial sale, but you might have a company like Sony being like, hey, we want to remake Metal Gear. Give us permission. They're like, okay, for a fee.
I literally think the only two companies that I would trust and could reasonably like do Castlevania or Metal Gear or whatever would be Sony and Capcom. I mean, Nintendo I don't think would, you know.
I don't even trust Sony. I mean, you trust them because it would be super cinematic and
Yeah.
like that.
So just
but-
Capcom, like literally just Capcom. I personally do because I like Last of Us and God of War and stuff like that, and it is what it is. Maybe specifically the studio that makes like Spider-Man. What is it again? They made like Infamous.
Oh, Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Maybe specifically Sucker Punch, since they're a first-party studio.
Yeah, they made Ghost of Tsushima, which I heard is pretty good.
So there you go. But yeah, it's like nowadays with there not being that many like big developers anymore, it's like who would take it? And it's like
Oh, Insomniac, who made
Insomniac. That's it. Yeah, Insomniac. So they make the Spider-Man games and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're obviously excellent. But like, you're not going to give it to EA, or else everyone would be so mad. You're not going to give it to Ubisoft. You can't give like a Castlevania game to some like mid-tier publisher. Maybe 2K. Take-Two.
Okay.
I mean, they make decent stuff.
Oh, I do that again. Because of janky hit recognition.
What about Atlas? Just give it to Atlas.
I think Castlevania could be handled with a smaller scale studio for sure. Because I really don't like the super cinematic Castlevania. Like Lord of Shadow is just... Lord of Shadow 1 is okay at best. Lord of Shadow 2 is horrible. But especially like Metal Gear, I think would have to be handled by someone very specific.
Yeah. I guess Take-Two. I mean, hell, Take-Two can handle GTA, so, you know, they could do something. But yeah, the list isn't big, and obviously number one would be Capcom.
Whoa. What is going on in this game?
Dude, I can't believe Resident Evil Village comes out in like a couple months.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to hurry up this game and finish it. But I think it's going to take 2 more sit-downs, which is unfortunate.
Why? I mean, it's like literally 2 months till that game comes out.
Yeah, but it's going to take a while to LP RE7 and do, like...
Oh, that's right.
The DLCs and stuff.
You gonna do the, like, literal poker DLC?
I think I'm just going to do the 2 main DLCs. The Chris one that they release for free, and then there's like a $15 one that focuses on another Baker family member.
I think I played that one. It's a guy, right?
Yeah. But
I played that
all the
one.
memory ones I'm not going to bother with.
Yeah, like the one where you have to get out of Jack's room or whatever.
Yeah, like those are just... They're fine, but mostly just gimmick.
The poker one's a gimmick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes, here's a question of the part for this one. Sometimes the weirdest games can give you, like, the most enjoyable experiences. Like, there's this PS4 game called, like, I want to say it's called Prominence Poker. And I played that with Mush and Cody, and it's just a poker game. And that's all it is. But, like, you can make your own avatars and stuff like that. Pretty common stuff. But for some reason... because I'm playing it, you know, with fun people and stuff like that, it, like, is some of the most funny times ever. Like, it's just so fun to just sit down at a table and have your character look like the biggest piece of garbage ever. And just be annoying to everyone else, like, go all in instantly and stupid stuff like that and not care. And there's something like a game like that, Prominence Poker, I had so much fun with.
Yeah,
so
especially
what's a random game you never would expect to have fun with, but you like have amazing memories with? So let us know below, please. But yeah, games like that are all about who you play with. If I was sitting at home and actually trying and playing by myself and whatever, you know, I'd be like, oh god.
I further slid down.
Oh no.
It's over.
Does he have force breathing?
By the way, I think the reason why he could swim in the other water sections is because those magma craters pumping out hot air or hot water. So they were a little consistent about it. But yeah, anyone going in ice cold water is going to freeze to death in a very short amount of time.
You ever think about, like, I know a lot of people did with the movie Titanic, but do you ever think about just how much that, like, the Titanic, like, sucked? Like, they're just in the Arctic Ocean, and it's just like, well, it's sinking, better jump off. Oh, we only have, like, 10 lifeboats because we're idiots. Oh, I guess I'm gonna freeze to death in the friggin' Arctic Ocean.
At the time, the Titanic was just a marvel of craftsmanship.
Oh, for sure.
So they really just did not expect to run into a gigantic iceberg.
But it's just like, hey, I'm taking this trip on this cool ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna freeze in the Arctic Ocean. Thanks.
Also, at the time, obviously, safety measures nowadays would be like there's got to be like one lifeboat per person or whatever.
Something, yeah.
But 100 years ago, it was not as intense at all.
No. That was 100 years ago. Rip.
It's over.
More like 100 years ago, they were like, child labor? As long as they're like 8, that's fine. Nowadays, if you want to hire someone under 18, there's like so many specific rules, you know?
Oh, like, you mean like hiring like a 16-year-old?
Yeah, like it's like, can only work this many days on school, can only work this many hours per week. Back then it was like, what are you, 10 and don't have a job? What are you doing?
Yeah, drop out of high school and work in this factory. And also you could like actually live off of that too, so that's a big difference as well. If you dropped out of high school and worked at McDonald's, you're not living off that.
Hey, that's exactly what I did. I was just like, high school, consider yourself dropped.
This may be the last you see of me.
I'm Eno Cordova.
Since the doom of the Jedi Order is upon us.
Wait. So BD is displaying an image of BD.
Yeah, basically our journey throughout these places was slowly unlocking his encrypted memory. So you ultimately figure out that they're going to explain it right now.
Total memory encryption. Only with a trusted connection will your memories be restored. I believe in you. As I always have.
Yeah, and this Jedi Master was pretty smart about it, because he was basically... It's a scavenger hunt to find this list of Force-sensitive children, which is something the Empire really, really wants. But you can't just let some random guy find this droid and begin the hunt. So you have to be very specific about it.
Sorry, BD.
We're still for me.
It's a droid, bro.
I believe in you too.
Well, the good thing about the memories is that if his memories were completely wiped, all you gotta do is find an R2 unit and they can bring them back. And then they can be the same they were before.
No.
C-3PO, no! Oh, wait, he's back. Never mind. Chewbacca, no! Oh, wait, he's still alive. That's alright. Bruh.
What should I do? Should I just do green?
Purple.
Purple is pretty cool. Pink.
Pink.
Oh, I do pink?
Literally.
Okay.
Glorious.
I like pink.
Wait, but it broke.
Oh, but you see.
He's gonna use...
Two.
He's gonna
broken
use
health.
Force mend. Force soldering.
So, as cool as dual wielding sounds, you don't really get a full form for it. It's just like one attack. So that's a little disappointing. But the one attack is also very devastating.
Wait, remind me again, what's the thingies that you put in lightsabers? Is it just called like a force crystal?
It has a... Man, I just played KOTOR.
I was gonna say, that's like a big
it's,
thing.
It's called something specific, but I forget.
And that's all you need, right? Is like, that's just the major thing, and then it's...
You need that, and then like a signal, like a lens and an emitter. That's basically it, I think.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, no specific form for dual wielding, but the one attack you do get, it's a little, not the most, ooh, pink, that looks good.
That's so dope. I mean, I feel bad for anyone who played this game and didn't pick pink. It's just awesome.
I forget, I think I picked purple.
That's the, I mean, I was
I actually like this a lot.
I was on the purple bandwagon until I saw pink, and that's just dope. You gonna make fun of my pink lightsaber? God. You just made it, bro. You gotta be killing them.
Don't worry, they're clone troopers, who cares?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They're not human.
Why'd they do that? Just you and me dies.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh crap, it's you and me.
I mean, I would just leave. I'd be like...
Oh yeah, at this point, the rest of this game just throws enemies at you. Especially the last place we visit. There are rooms of just like 15 enemies. And sometimes it's fine and sometimes it's not. Especially when they throw like 4 of those black clone troopers at you. Black armor clone troopers.
I like the trope where there's like
No.
where there's like an enemy that's clearly outmatched by the protagonist, and they just look at him and they run away. I like that. I just watched that in something recently. I don't know if that was Star Wars or Castlevania or what, but it's like you see someone BTFO everyone else. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, I stand a chance. I'd be like, see ya! Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's just throwing your life away. Oh, yeah. What? I was so far away.
Tells you to switch to double-bladed.
There we go. I did it. And they didn't care.
They-
The problem with double-bladed is also it takes a lot of force energy. I can only really use it twice before I have to start hitting them again.
Why did they make these things look like the frickin' Iron Giant?
Did you see how far away I was?
All I saw was you get BTFO'd, unfortunately.
It is quite unfortunate.
Do you think a Jedi just, like, accidentally took their lightsaber out and, like, had it turned the opposite way and just turned it on and it, like, went straight into their leg? Which I guess wouldn't matter in this universe, considering you can take
This game is breaking. Every time I play it, I swear, it was always, like, pretty janky when I played it, but nothing like this. Every
it's
time,
LPs, baby.
Yeah, every time we sit down, it's always like this.
But luckily, lightsabers went from one swing will make you literally disappear like Obi-Wan Kenobi to you can take 50 shots.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that when you're making a game about lightsabers,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
You
what
can
do
have it be one hit kill. That's
yeah,
lame.
It's either one hit kill everything and you also die in one hit, which would be its own can of worms, or make it like this where it's like, oh, lightsabers are lame generic swords at that point.
I think everything would essentially have to be, if you're going to do the one-hit kill thing, you know that game, I'm sure you didn't play it, but, like, I didn't either. For Honor? It would have to be, like, For Honor. You know? Because that was, like, a one-on-one, like, sword fighting game. And it would have to be like that, where everything's about dodges and parries and all that. And, that's literally all it could be. Can you force push enemies just off the ravine?
Yeah, you can. In fact, force pushing is something I should do more because it's really good. Pulling is like basically a guaranteed kill unless you're fighting like a Jedi or one of these guys. But especially the orange armored clone troopers can be a little annoying if there's a lot of them because they do block stuff. Yeah, if you do it against these guys, they counter you.
Feel the burn! The pain of it all! These guys are really good at talking back when they're literally getting, like, lightsabers.
Okay, bye. This is not worth the fighting.
See a Hyperion bazooka guy? He's hurt, yes! Blech.
Everything they've got.
You and Gracie?
We're laying low, but the storm cleared. We won't have it.
Alright, so I'll probably end this part once we get off this planet, which is like 5 minutes from now.
Ah, magma. Comfy.
Yeah, I forget what they're actually called. It's not like just something that pumps a lot of gases into the water.
I'd swim in a place like that.
Flight through their encryption. I'm scrambling transmissions, but it won't be long before they're restored. Hopefully you'll buy us some time.
Thank you. There's stormtroopers everywhere.
Jedi Temple.
Fancy. Hey, thanks for the shortcut. Bye.
The literal Iron Giant just standing there. Heck.
This game does not know what to do when you start sprinting through stuff.
Oh, no.
It's just like, what do?
On their way here. Get here before you do.
No, we didn't come all this way to get captured. I'll be there. Seer.
Alright.
Don't reach the close mantis.
What? With the Empire on your tail? Are you crazy, kid?
Trust me.
We do. We'll close the
What the
channel.
heck's that?
What, ATST?
Oh, okay.
It was just weirdly,
Yeah, it was like going around corners, and I was like, okay.
why is it walking so weirdly?
Just force push it.
Yeah, I wonder if force pushing would work. But also, dual lightsaber aim them, if it actually hits, does a lot of damage.
Tweet, 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 tweet. I think I said this last
yeah,
part.
that one's already dead.
I think I said this last part, but I don't get the structural integrity of AT-STs.
It's...
They're cool looking, but I don't get it. I
don't think when they were thinking about it too literally in the 70s when they came up with them. Or was this... Oh yeah, the pilots. Did AT-STs show up in the first movie? Or
no,
was that
just the second. At least to my knowledge.
That was still 19, like 80.
Yeah, 80, yeah.
2 or something.
Just 80.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's a good point, but looking back at them now, I'm like, they just don't seem to... I don't know. Like, AT-ATs, they're pretty well built and all that, I get that. But... I don't know, AT-STs seem specifically easy to knock down.
Yes. You just gotta strengthen those chicken legs a little bit more. Why is the door closed? Okay.
It's just like the,
You did it.
it's just like the Stormtrooper, what would you call those? Like ATVs that they use in Episode 9, where, like, those ships have wheels now. Wasn't that say, like, they can drive now?
What? I wasn't paying attention.
It's like in that that Sand Planet in Episode 9, where those like land speeders, like, for some reason just have like treads. It's like that same thing. It's like we could just float and fly everywhere, but now we have treads. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
They can fly now. They can fly now.
I guess we could go to town from here.
That's where we have to go, you big idiots.
Yes. You're ready to face your past.
Thanks.
What about you and Trilla?
I don't know if I'll ever be ready. You know what you need to do to start healing, and I'm so proud of you for that.
Thanks, Mom.
I have my own path.
I'm here for you if you need me.
Although Cal is pretty young.
Hey, this is how we do load screens.
It's not horrible. I guess it's better than just... I don't know.
I like games that do it, like Metroid Prime. When you open the door,
Yeah. The original Ratchet and Clank games did that as well.
Yep.
They're traveling different things.
I like it. I think it's cool. My favorite's Final Fantasy VII Remake, where clearly when Cloud like goes through tight corridors, it's loading bigger areas.
I mean, this game does it too. Like, there's so many conveniently, like, very narrow passageways they have to go
100%.
through.
I think they probably played FF7 Remake and were like, actually no, because this came out only like 4 or 5 months after, so probably not. But yeah, it's so funny. I love that part about the remake.
Alright, so we're going back to that meditation place where we fought our dead master and lost. So that'll be next part. maybe finish on one part, because there's not too much left. I don't know.
Get stoked, boys and ghouls. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, and bye.